Something feels different in New Orleans today. You can sense it in the air around the facility. A tension that wasn't there last season. It's that heavy feeling when you realize a chapter might be closing on a legend we've all cheered for. For the Saints faithful, this isn't just about football. It's about the identity of our team and our pursuit of another Super Bowl. Before we dive into the major shift happening behind the scenes, make sure to like this video and subscribe. If you're a real fan, you know how much this one hurts to discuss today. The news is starting to circulate, and honestly, it's hitting everyone differently. Reports are surfacing about the Seattle Seahawks showing intense interest in Alvin Kamara. This isn't just a random rumor. There's a real debate happening about whether the Saints are ready to move on. Think about what Kamara has meant to this city. He's been the heartbeat of our offense for years. But the landscape is changing. With Travis Etienne signing that massive 4-year, $52 million deal, the writing on the wall is getting harder to ignore. We saw Etienne come in and it felt like a statement. It signaled a total shift in our backfield philosophy under Kellen Moore. Now the Seahawks are looking at the void left by Kenneth Walker, and they see our superstar as the solution. It's a complicated situation because Kamara isn't just another player, he's a weapon. But last year, the numbers weren't what they used to be. 11 games, 471 rushing yards. It's serviceable, but it's not the peak Kamara we remember from 2020. This is where the emotional tension starts to build for us fans. Are we watching the decline of a great? Or is he just underutilized? The Saints used a rare CBA rule to lower his cap hit to about $10.5 million, which makes him much easier to trade. It feels like the front office is preparing for a world without number 41. If Seattle comes calling with a draft pick, even a late round one, the pressure on the Saints to pull the trigger is going to be immense. This move could change the entire dynamic of our locker room. We're talking about a veteran presence who has been through the wars. If he leaves, the responsibility shifts entirely to Etienne and a younger group that hasn't proven they can carry the load of a franchise with championship aspirations. It creates a massive concern about our depth. Can we really trust a new regime to replace that kind of high IQ playmaking? The implications for our offense are staggering. If Kamara is traded, the Kellen Moore era truly begins with a blank slate, but it's a gamble that could define our season before it even starts. We have to be ready for anything. When you look deeper into the consequences of a move like this, the emotional weight only gets heavier. We have to be honest with ourselves about the risks involved here. Alvin Kamara is turning 31 this July. In NFL years, especially for a running back, that's the twilight. We've seen it happen so many times where a star hits that age, and the production just vanishes. The Saints' decision to invest so heavily in Travis Etienne wasn't an accident. It was a calculated move to protect the future of the franchise. But as a fan, it's hard to accept the business side of it. If we lose Kamara, we aren't just losing yards. We're losing a leader who knows how to handle the pressure of New Orleans. The roster impact would be felt immediately. We'd be moving into a future where the margin for error is razor thin. Seattle is looking at this from a position of desperation, but we have to look at it from a position of legacy. There is so much uncertainty about how the offense would function without that safety valve in the passing game. Sam Darnold might need a weapon like Kamara in Seattle, but doesn't our own system need that veteran stability too? The tension comes from the unknown. If the Saints decide to eat some of that salary just to get a pick, it tells the fans that the window is shifting. It tells us that the expectations for this year might be different than what we've been told. It's about more than just the salary cap, even though that $10.5 million hit is a massive factor. It's about the soul of the team. If you move on from a guy who has been the face of the Saints for so long, you better be right about the guys behind him. The pressure on Travis Etienne would be unlike anything he's ever faced. He wouldn't just be the starter. He'd be the guy replacing a legend. That kind of pressure can break a young player or make him. And for us watching from the stands, the anxiety is real. We're caught between wanting to see the team get younger and faster, and the terrifying thought of seeing Kamara wear another jersey. It's a scenario that feels more likely every single day that goes by right now. But this is where things change, and this is the biggest question we have to face. What does this really mean for our identity? If Alvin Kamara is no longer a New Orleans Saint, are we still the same team? The emotional escalation here is undeniable, because this isn't just a minor roster tweak. This is a seismic shift. We are talking about a strategic pivot that could define the Kellen Moore era for years to come. Think about the Super Bowl pressure. If we are truly trying to compete right now, does it make sense to give away a versatile weapon to a potential playoff rival like Seattle? There's a buzzing feeling that something much bigger is happening behind closed doors. Maybe the front office sees something in the practice film that we don't. Maybe the decline is steeper than the stats even show. But the uncertainty is what keeps us up at night if this trade happens. It signals that the Saints are prioritizing the long-term cap health over immediate veteran impact. With Jackson Smith-Njigba and other young stars around the league getting paid, the Saints are realizing they can't keep everyone forever. But that doesn't make the pill any easier to swallow. We are looping back to the same fear. Who is going to be the heartbeat of this team when the game is on the line in the fourth quarter? If Kamara is in Seattle, catching passes from Sam Darnold, and we're struggling to find a rhythm, the backlash will be massive. The future tension is palpable. Every time ETN gets tackled or misses a hole, fans are going to be screaming Kamara's name. It creates a chemistry concern that could infect the whole locker room if not handled perfectly. The business of the NFL is cold, but the connection between a city and its star player is pure emotion. That's why this hurts. That's why the speculation feels so heavy, because it's not just about a fifth-round pick or a cap savings of a few $1 million. It's about the end of an era that we weren't ready to see end yet. This could become something much bigger than a trade. It could be the moment the New Orleans Saints truly change forever for us all. I'm going to be honest with you all. This actually worries me more than I want to admit. I love what Travis Etienne brings to the table, and I think he's going to be a star for us. But I really like the idea of having that veteran presence there to guide him. This move feels like a double-edged sword. On one hand, you're getting younger and clearing space for the future. On the other, you're losing a piece of the team's soul. I think fans should pay attention to how Kellen Moore talks about the backfield in the coming weeks. If he starts emphasizing explosiveness and youth over experience, we'll know which way the wind is blowing. This could be incredible if ETN takes that next step and becomes an all-pro behind a revamped philosophy. But it could become a problem if we find ourselves in a tight game, and we don't have that guy who has seen it all before. I've been a fan through the highs and the lows, and it feels like we are standing at a crossroads. My insider perspective tells me that the front office is tired of being in cap hell and they see this as an escape hatch. But at what cost? You can't put a price on the trust a quarterback has in his running back during a blitz. You can't put a price on the way the stadium erupts when number 41 touches the ball. I'm torn between the logic of the move and the heart of the fan. It's a delicate balance of hope and concern. I want to believe the Saints have a master plan, but we've seen plans go sideways before. This move feels like it's being driven by the accountants as much as the coaches. And that's usually when things get messy. I really hope I'm wrong about the risks, but the feeling in my gut says this is going to be one of those moves we talk about for years. Whether it's because it paved the way for a new era of success, or because it was the moment we lost our way, we're about to find out very soon. We have to stay focused on the ultimate goal, getting back to the top of the mountain today. The story of Alvin Kamara and the New Orleans Saints is far from over, but the unresolved tension is higher than it has ever been. We are looking at a situation where the next few weeks could determine the direction of this franchise for the next half-decade. Will the front office prioritize the future cap space and the youth of Travis Etienne, or will they realize that some players are simply too valuable to let walk for a draft pick? The future is incredibly uncertain, and as fans, all we can do is wait and watch. But one thing is clear. The Saints are changing. The identity we've known is evolving into something new under Kellen Moore, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. The emotional anticipation for the start of the season is through the roof, but it's tinged with a bit of sadness for what might be lost. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think trading Kamara to Seattle is the right move for our future, or are we making a massive mistake by letting a legend go? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a real discussion going. If you bleed black and gold, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be following this story every step of the way because we are the Saints faithful. This journey isn't over yet, and something bigger is definitely coming. Stay tuned. We are all in this together as we navigate these rumors and wait for official word from the facility. Every single snap counts now. Keep the faith. Who Dat Nation, and we will see you in the next one. We are New Orleans forever.